What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is main deck Monday, and we are covering the deck that made top 8 at Dortmund. I know if you watched my video earlier today, you'd realize I don't know how to pronounce this name, and a lot of people probably will think I am silly because I can't pronounce words, but hey, that's my life. I can't say stuff correctly. But this is one of the decks that made top 8 at that regionals, which I think it's fantastic. It's a deck we really have never seen before, obviously because Evolutions is brand new. He did lose in top 8, unfortunately, through dead draws. He was playing against Yveltal. He could have easily won this match, but he just didn't hit anything and had some of the worst draws, supposedly. But yeah, we're covering Tobias. Yeah, Tobias, I guess how you say his name. Top 8 list. And if you want to see the whole top 8 breakdown, the video will be down below in the description. If you missed that, it's the video uploaded earlier today. So if you're going to Fort Wayne Regionals and want to see what did well out of Regionals this past weekend that does have Evolutions legal, make sure you check that out. But let's go over this deck and let's see what's it about. Now, we know what Raikou does. Shiny body, if there's a lightning attached to it, it's damage reduced by 20, and Thunder Lance 50 plus 20 more damage for each lightning energy attached to this Pokemon. So once you have 3, you can do 110, and then you can slowly start adding damage up fairly easily. And also, I changed like the settings on my background. You see my hair is like glowing. I actually like it's so cool. Oh, I know it's so random, but it just looks amazing to me for some odd reason. But yeah, Thunder Lance, Shiny body, really good ability and attack. So that's what we're going to use today. Now, we see this deck in expanded, and we use like electric powered up, right? But in standard now, we actually have this Electrode with Buzz Zap Thunder. Once during your turn before you attack, you may knock out this Pokemon and attach it to one of your lightning Pokemon as a special energy card. This card provides 2 lightning energies only while this card is attached to a Pokemon. So you can potentially, out of nowhere, blow up your Electrode, put 2 light energies on a Raikou, and be good to go with Thunder Lance, getting it like 2 extra energies, which is plus 40 damage, which could help you knock out a Pokemon out of nowhere, or just help you get that turn to attack off as well, which is fantastic. Now, your opponent will take a prize card for Electrode, but that's okay. It's only 1 prize card, 1 prize attacker, 1 prize card taken, and you're playing all 1 prize attacker, so you're fine. Now, the deck does play 1 Jolteon with the Flash Ray, so if your opponent, if you realize like after game 1 or 2, like after game 1, your opponent doesn't play any Rangers, you could just go for Flash Ray, and maybe they only play like, you know, basic Pokemon, you can just win automatically if they do not play Ranger, which is fantastic. And sometimes will win you games just because your opponent cannot deal with this Jolteon. Play 2 Shaymin for setup. 2-2 Electrode. He actually played this Voltorb with the Thunder Wave for paralyzation, and actually talked to my friend David, and he was like, man, you could actually use Big Explosion to knock out a Shaymin's own your first turn, since you do play this Max Elixir, so you can Big Explosion, do 60, and knock out a Shaymin-EX, which is pretty funny on the first turn, if you could pull that off. He also does play 1 Jirachi with the Stardust, which I think is fantastic right now, especially since like Bob Box is like really heavily played. Stardust is really strong. Discard a special energy and make it where your opponent can't attack you next turn or do any damage to Jirachi next turn. It's pretty much immune by attacks, which is fantastic if you discard special energy. And against Bob Box, they only play special energies, so that's pretty much your MVP there. And he also played 1 Mew as well. I imagine his Mew is to hit weakness against Mega Mewtwo, which is somewhat scary. And also, you can use Mew to copy Jirachi, which I do like that play a lot. You can use Mew, copy Jirachi, and Stardust that way, so you have 2 kind of Stardust guys who are ready to go. But then your opponent can Lysandre Jirachi, and things become weird. But I don't know how I feel about the Mew. I didn't talk to Tobias, so I don't know why. I'm 100% sure why he played it. But I imagine, like I said, you can use hit for weakness with the Raikou, which is fantastic. So that's all the Pokemon he played. He played 1 Enhanced Hammer, which I think is a fantastic card. If you have not seen my article about top 5 tech cards to play and attack, make sure you check that out. I'll leave a link down below as well. Enhanced Hammer is one of the big cards I'll talk about in the list. 1 Escape Rope, both players switch to active Pokemon. 4 Max Elixirs, and this is how we're going to power Raikou on the first turn. If possible, look at top cards of your deck, attach a basic energy card you find there to a base Pokemon on your bench, shove the other cards back into your deck. 3 Trainers Mail, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 via Seeker. Imagine he played 3 Trainers Mail because he couldn't find space for a 4th one. 1 Brock's Grit, shuffle 6 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile back into your deck. Now this is going to get us back our Electrodes, which is pretty much the big deal. You can let Brock's Grit back your Electrodes and Voltorbs and use them later on, and as well as your Light Energies, which is a great thing as well. 1 Delinquent discard a Stadium card and play. If you do, your opponent discards 3 cards from their hand. And if your opponent only has 3 cards, you can delinquent them, make it go down to 0, and might win the game from there if your opponent is not careful. 1 Hex Maniac shutdown abilities, 2 Lysandre, 3 in, and 4 Sycamore. Now the only thing I'm kind of scared about in this list is your opponent has their own Jolteon. You cannot knock them out, but you do play the Jirachi, so you can pop the energies off that way, because Jolteon doesn't, it just by effect, by damage, burn all damage, not effect. So Jirachi can pop those energies off Jolteon, but still it's very scary playing against a Jolteon Vileplume deck. So 2 Jolteon, 3 in, 4 Sycamore, really good, like really a lot of supporter cards, which I do like a lot in decks nowadays. 2 Parallel City, 1 Rough Seas as well. It combines fairly well with your shiny body. Just give it, you know, that -20, and you get to heal 30 every turn. I might actually play like 3 of these, but 2 Parallel is fine as well, because you can discard a Shaymin, and it can help you out against like Mega Gardevoir, which is going to be one of the biggest decks going to regionals. You know, Mega Gardevoir is really hyped right now. You can Parallel City down to 3. Now that I know they do play like their own Skyfields and stuff like that, but they have to do like 180 damage to a Raikou with the Fight to be able to Light Energy, which means they have to discard 7 Pokemon, 6 or 7 Pokemon. I think it's 7. I think it is 110 plus 10 for each Pokemon. So they discard 7 Pokemon to knock out a Raikou, and you're trading like non-EXs for EXs, which you should win that race. So I think it's actually a great matchup for you. 1 EXP share just to keep those energies on the field. 3 Fighting Pill to give your Raikous 40 more HP and do additional 10 damage, and 11 light energies. I think this deck is really strong. I think it's fantastic. I think it was like a sleeper pick for some people for Fort Wayne, but now that it has a showing at Dortmund, I think a lot of people are going to start testing it out of nowhere, and I think it's a really good call. I think you can get most of the decks in format right now. Like Raikou is just so strong. Like it's got the cool ability and a really good attack. Like you're just two-shotting everything, and people are two-shotting you as well. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, so putting its Phoenix Fire, playing a Psychic, Fairy, and a Colors deck, which basically means a Mega Gardevoir deck. So yes, we'll go ahead like always, and hopefully we win the coin flip, and we did win the coin flip, which is fantastic. Alright, so yes, I would like to go first, and let's see what's going to happen, guys. Alright, so we get a mulligan, we'll press done, get a new hand of 6. Alright, and hopefully we can find some Raikou, maybe some Max Elixirs, and get that powered up only first. I mean most of that turn 2, right? Or a Voltorb and get Electrode out turn 2, that could be good as well. But okay, I was nervous that we started with Shaymin, but we do start with Jolteon, a Raikou, and we are going first as well, which is fantastic. So let's see what's going to happen. Alrighty, and what will we start? I mean, we have a Lightning Energy for Raikou, and I imagine, like I was saying, we're playing against a Mega Gardevoir deck, which is one of the most hyped decks right now. Okay, double Xerneas. Okay, so we are going to touch a Lightning Energy first. Trainers Mail. Looking for a Max Elixir. We're grabbing in, and I think we just might automatically play that. I really don't want to put my Shaymins down right now, just because we're not going to draw too much. All right, there's an EXP share, a Raikou, and a Fighting Field, and an Ultra Ball. Okay, so I really don't want to. I mean, I guess we could get a Voltorb out to get the Electrode online next turn. So I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard 1 and 2. To get out a Voltorb. But do you have 1 Electro prize? So grab the Voltorb, put that guy down, put down the Raikou, EXP share this Raikou, and right now we're just going to pass on to our opponent's turn. Alright, can we knock out the Xerneas next turn? We do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If we get Electrode, blow it up, Lightning Energy, we can actually knock out the Xerneas. So we see Ultra Ball. Going to discard 2 cards from his hand. Most likely going to grab a Hoopa and use that Scoundrelling Search for 3 EX Pokemon. Now, how will my opponent deal with all these Raikous? I'm not 100% sure. They could. I mean, they're gonna get at least 1 prize card next turn, right? We're gonna knock out the. If we get Electrode, they'll at least get 1 prize card next turn. Alright, and yeah, we're just gonna wait and see what does our opponent do. What do they get out? Like I said, I imagine they might get out a Hoopa, use Scoundrelling, search for 3 EX Pokemon, unless they prize the Hoopa. Then things get weird. Do they go for a Shaymin? Do they go for a Gardevoir? It depends what's all in their hand. Can they get shut up? Oh, and then there's a Hoopa. Okay, it took them a second. I guess they're looking to see what was all prized. Let me make sure my phone sounds are turned off. But Hoopa, gonna come down, use that Scoundrelling, search for 3 EX Pokemon. Let's see, what do they get? Probably 2 Guardies and a Shaymin. Guardy, and a Shaymin. Alright, so those guys will come down the field. And let's see, how does this match play up? Now, Mega Guardy is one of the hype decks right now, going to Fort Wayne this coming up weekend. Fairy Guardy coming down, give that free trade, and Shaymin come down, set up for 6 new cards. Now, we do play those Parallel Cities, which could disrupt our opponent a little bit. But let's see, they have to do 140 damage, realistically, right? So it looks like we might see a Geomancy get 2 Fairy Energies out, attach it to 2 of their bench Pokemon, but we do have the potential to knock out these Gardevoirs next turn. So a Fairy Energy on that guy, and a Fairy Energy on that guy as well. Alright, so on to our turn, what do we get? There's an Electrode, wow, what a great top deck. So put down the Electrode, use Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. There's a Light Energy, Fury Belt. Okay, so we're going to Fury Belt Raikou. Light Energy. We will blow ourselves up with Buzz Zap Thunder. Put the energy on here. Okay, so at 80 damage, he gets a free prize card, but we can knock him out as well, going down to 5 each. So going down to 5, we'll knock it out. Put 2 on there. That's so funny looking. Oh my goodness, that's actually really amazing. Okay, is the other Electro was a Voltorb prize? I can't remember. We're gonna Ultra Ball discard 1 and 2 and hope that the Voltorb, yeah, the Voltorb's in there. That's great. So grab the Voltorb, put that guy down, retreat, and we'll go for Thunderlance for a knockout. Yeah, well, Thunderlance for the knockout. Doing 140. Okay, so we'll go down to 2 prize cards. Go down to 5, sorry. I don't know why I was thinking 4. Jirachi coming down, which Jirachi is pretty much useless. My opponent doesn't put any special energies. So onto our opponent's turn, they're going to draw a card. It's 5 to 5 on prize cards. We can knock out the Xerneas. Next turn, there's a Fair Jewel to deactive. And let's see, what else are they doing? Now, I imagine they're not playing the Mega Guardy that I think of, like the Despair Ray one. Because if that's the case, those decks don't really play Xerneas. They kind of just go really fast. They only need 2 energies on Guardy. It's not too hard to set up. And we're just going to see a Geomancy from my opponent, so he must not have that great of a setup for sure. But Fair Energy onto the Guardy, and a Fair Energy probably on the other Guardy as well. But can we get enough energies on this bench Raikou to take a knockout the following turn? There's a Lightning Energy. I'm going to put on this guy, and then I'm going to Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, there's a Brock Crits, a Lightning Energy, a Fighting Belt. Alright, so we will Trainers Mail, looking for a Max Elixir. There's an Enhanced Hammer. Pretty much, we're going to just discard that. We don't need it in this game. So we're going to Ultra Ball, discard the Enhanced Hammer and the Brock's Grit to get out another Raikou. Okay. We have 2 Max Elixirs. So grab the Raikou, put that guy down, Fighting Fury Belts, and we will Shaymin for 4 new cards. Looking for those good old Max Elixirs, trying to get this Raikou powered up, just in case he does take a knockout. So there's a Max Elixir. We'll look at top 4 cards of our deck, or top 6. We'll put a Light Energy on this guy, and we'll Trainers Mail again. There's another Max Elixir in the deck, and we do not find one, but we do have a VS Seeker, which is fantastic, because right now we do not have a supporter card. So we will Thunderlance for the knockout, going out of 4 prize cards already. So next time we have an option. We can license that Shaymin, take a knock on it with this Raikou by blowing up a Voltorb, putting energy on it, and knocking out the Shaymin, which is fantastic. And then put a light into this guy. We might have enough light energy on this Raikou to maybe knock out a Hoopa later on. We need to do 170. Right now we're doing 140 with 4 and a Fighting Fury Belt. Okay. Now if he doesn't take a knock out this turn, I'm definitely just going to license the Shaymin. We take a knock on it while we can. That's not a bad play at all. So Fair Energy goes to deactive. And will he evolve or not? Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. He's actually still not taking a knockout on this Raikou. There's the Guardy, but as you see, he doesn't have the link. It does Brilliant Arrow for 30 times the immediate Fair Energy. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 150. This Raikou will still be alive. It will take for a second. There's a Max Elixir. Now if he finds an energy off this Max Elixir, a Spear Link, and a Mega Guard, he could take a knockout. So there's a Fair Energy coming down. And there's a Trainers Mail, and does our opponent find a Spear Link and a Mega Guardy to knock out a Raikou? So there's an Ultra Ball, alright. So that's a piece of the puzzle, but they have to find this Spirit Link. We haven't seen them attach one yet. Now if they do, we'll just move a Fair Energy from this guy to this guy, put Electrode down, knock out the Shaymin like I said, and then maybe have enough maybe knock out this Hoopa. So there's a Mega Guardy, has 210 HP, which is going to be somewhat difficult to knock out. Now if he just Mega Evolves, I think we're still just going to knock out the Shaymin. So there's a Parallel City coming out. Going to bump us down to 3. So we're going to discard Shaymin. And the Jolteon, that's fine. I don't care about those cards really. Alright, and will he just Mega Evolve Shaymin? Oh, so 2 Shaymins on the field, and that's pretty much going to help us win this game. Alright, so that's fantastic. As long as we hit these Lysandres for Shaymins, we should win this game fairly easily. We can knock out both these Shaymins, and that's why this deck's so good. Like, almost every deck plays Shaymins, and your opponent just carelessly puts them down, you can just win automatically. So Trainers Mail not going to hit anything. What we could do is maybe blow up the Electrode and knock out the active. If we want to be that way, we could. That's not a bad idea either. Let's just see. Okay, nope, just gonna Mega Evolve. Alright, so I think our plan is to put down the Electrode, Lysandre up a Shaymin, Energy on this guy, and Thunderlance for the knockout, keeping the Electrode in play. Yeah, so with Thunderlance for the knockout, doing like 300 damage or something, 310 or 280. Sorry, what was I thinking? I don't know. We're gonna have 2 price cards. There is a Lightning and a Lightning. Okay, so if we, as long as we keep this VS Seeker, we can Lysandre for Shaymin, take a knockout. Now, if he does somehow, I mean, we'll come to it here in a second. We'll try to figure out the math in a second. Can we knock out a Mega Guardy? I don't think we can automatically. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah, 14, 15, 16, 17. The max we could do right now is 170, unless we had double Max Elixir, which I know there's only 1 left in the deck. I did see that 1 was prized, so we just gotta hope to hit a VS Seeker for Lysandre next turn, and we'll win this game. So there's the Fairy Guard to come down, give the opponent a free retreat, but we haven't played a single single VS Seeker yet. So there's an end. We'll go to he gets 5, and can we find a VS Seeker or not? If we do, we will win this game. And there's a Lightning and a VS Seeker. We got this, guys. So Trainers Mail, go look at the tough cards of his deck. I mean, like I said, we didn't play any VS Seekers left. We didn't play any VS Seekers. We had all our VS Seekers left. And with the Electrode, we have energies on the field like always. So Spearlink on this guy. He'll finally take a knockout. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Actually, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, just right enough. Okay, so we'll move a Light Energy from this guy to this guy. Okay. Alright, so we'll send it to Raikou. Well, let's see, can we actually take a knockout on the active? I don't think we can, right? So Light Energy, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We can do 170, which is not enough for a knockout, but we'll be Seeker for Lysandre. We could blow up the Electrode if we want to, but we're going to Lysandre Shaymin and take the game and winning with the Stunner Lance. Now you can see why Raikou Electrode is so strong. Even though he ended us, we had this Electrode at any point to put 2 energies on the field, which is fantastic. But we'll see one more game with this Raikou Electrode deck here in a second. That was just really cool. Like turn 2, we had a Raikou ready to go with those Max Elixir Electrodes. Really, really strong deck for sure. And like I said earlier, with Evital being one of the top contenders, this deck actually might be a really great play for Fort Wayne Regionals. But we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so we're playing against Artemis Cuna. I don't know how to say his name. Looks like he's playing some kind of metal deck, so maybe Mega Scizor. We lost the coin flip, so we'll be going second, but we could get that turn 1 attack off. I mean, it is very possible if we get like double Max Elixir attachment per turn and start swinging. Now if we don't, we're still okay, and it doesn't matter. You can waste a turn like setting up and stuff like that. You're only playing non-basic Pokemon or non-EX, but oh no, we start with Shaymin. That's not good. Alright, so right now, guess what? Ultra Ball, Parallel, Lightning for Raikou, Lightning, Fighting for Build Sycamore. That seems like a good enough play right there. We will have to discard a Parallel City. We could just put it automatically out, put our opponent's size down to 3. But I wonder what kind of metal deck they're playing. If it's Scizor, things get very interesting. Now, they do start Shaymin as well, so that's great. We're both having kind of like bad starts. But if they're playing Mega Scizor, we're actually resistant to steel, so that makes like minus 40, which is even better. I'm pretty sure we are resistant to steel. So both of us are going to shuffle our hands deck and get 6 new cards. Alrighty, so there's a Raikou, a Lightning, and oh my goodness, guys, can we do it? Can we do it? There's a Raikou, Lightning, Trainers Mail. We'll grab a Sycamore, okay. Can we get this turn 1 knockout? That'd be pretty insane. We're going to Ultra Ball, discard the Rough Seas and the Electrode to get out another Shaymin. We're going to go crazy this turn. We're going to try to do it, guys. We have 4 Max Elixirs and no way to switch. Okay, so we can't do it this turn. That's fantastic. So instead, I think I'm going to grab a Voltorb and just Sycamore, discard a hand. No, we whiff it. Alright, so we'll Fighting Fear Belt, Voltorb, and we'll Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 cards. Okay, so a little setback for sure. So we'll put down another Raikou. We go Trainers Mail. Grabbing we'll grab a VS Seeker for next turn, just to guarantee the attack off. Ultra Ball, discard Hex Maniac and the Mew. I don't like Mew too much in this deck, in this matchup for sure. Alright, so we'll grab, I guess, a Jolteon. I thought the other Voltorb was in the deck, but I guess I was crazy and did not actually see it. I thought I saw it. So we'll grab another Raikou. We'll grab Jolteon, has free treat as well. So yeah, we'll grab Jolteon, that's fine. We'll put that guy down, and we'll just pass on to our opponent's turn, unfortunately. Alright, so under our opponent's turn, we did not get that tier 1 knockout. We had no way to switch the Shaymin out of the active spot, which is very unfortunate. If we did, we could have maybe gotten an attack off, but we didn't hit any. Okay, Crush Hammer Tails. So yeah, I'm feeling it's like the Mega Scizor deck. So Trainers Mail, look at the top cards of their deck. Let's see, what do they find? There's Sycamore for them as well. Can discard the hand, draw 7 new cards. Okay, and there's Sycamore. So the bad thing about this matchup with Mega Scizor is they could discard a special energy, which means they could discard Electrode off your Raikous. So Cobalion coming down, 120 HP. We can knock that out next turn pretty easily. Ultra Ball discarding a Sycamore and a VS Seeker, and this will most likely get out a, oh, no Hoopa, so must be prized or he doesn't play one. So we'll see the Scizor coming down. And we are resistant to steel, like I said, which is fantastic. So Metal Energy active. And we're actually going to see a Sky Return for 30 damage, which is not a bad play at all. You get the Shaymin out of the active spot, and you can use it next turn. So I imagine we'll see the Scizor come up to, oh, Cobalion. Now, like I said, we could knock out Cobalion this turn. There's Lysandre. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I'm going to Ultra Ball. How many lightnings are in our discard pile? So none. So I'm Ultra Ball, discard 1 and 2 to get out an Electrode. And then I'm a VS Seeker for Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, with this, we need to find a lightning energy. So we'll VS Seeker for Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. If we find a lightning energy, we can take a knockout this turn. There's a Max Elixir. No lightning energy yet. So we'll the Max Elixir first. We'll get a lightning energy, put that on the Raikou. Max Elixir again. Find another lightning, put on the Raikou. Okay. We will then Ultra Ball, discard 1 and 2 to grab a Shaymin. We have 5 lightnings left in the deck. I guess I should have waited to use Max Elixir, but it's whatever. We will fighting Fury Belt a Jolteon or Shaymin. 8, 19, 11, 12. It doesn't matter. Mega Scizor can still knock us out. So I guess I'm going to fighting build the Jolteon and then Shaymin set up for 5 new cards. And can we find a lightning energy or not to treat the Shaymin? And we do not. Great. Alright, so we're just going to pass right now into our opponent's turn. Yep. Alright, so under our opponent's turn, I'm going to draw a card. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. If we can find an, I mean, he's not gonna probably attack this turn. He's probably gonna pass. He could go for Quick Guard. Okay, there's a Crush Hammer. Unless he has another Tails, and it's a Tails. Okay, so 0 for 2 right now for opponent. Metal G going to the Scizor. Shaymin going to set up for 6 new cards. Now, if we find an energy, excuse me, I think I just burped. I apologize for that. But Shaymin going to set up for 6 new cards. If we find a lightning energy top deck, we can retreat the Shaymin, Lysandre this guy, and take a knockout that way. There's an M, which is fantastic because our hand is not the best. So like I said, we can hit a Lysandre and energy to actually knock out the Shaymin and go down to 4 prize cards. So let's see what we find. There's a lightning energy and no knockout just yet, which is very unfortunate unless we top deck a VS Seeker. We do have 1 VS Seeker discard pile and 1 Lysandre, but we do play another Lysandre, which is fantastic. We can also just knock out Cobalion. There's a Salt Lab, Scizor Spring Link, okay, Mega Scizor, and anything else. Nope, just pass onto our turn. Alright, so there's a Lightning Energy. So I'm going to Lightning Energy this guy. I'm going to retreat into the Raikou, and now I'm going to take a knockout, getting rid of his 1 prize attacker. Now, he's not going to be able to knock us out, because that resistance is in effect. We could play an in first. Oh no. Oh my goodness, I almost misplayed this. So we're going to Delinquent. Discard the Stadium and put my opponent down to 0 hand cards in their hand. I almost didn't see that. I almost did not see the Delinquent play. They put down a Stadium. They have 3 cards in their hand, and this might just put my opponent in a bad situation. I went to with 3 cards. They would discard. They have to discard all 3. Oh my goodness, that is so mean. Like, he put down Silent Lab to shut down a Shining Body, but then we Delinquent, discard a Silent Lab, and now he's discard all cards in his hand. And that is not very nice. But discards him. Okay, so he actually could only get another Shaymin out, so his hand actually wasn't that great either. So we'll Thunderlance for the knockout. Okay, do it 120. We'll go down to 5 prize cards. There is a Brock's Grip, which could be good. Shuffle all those Lightning's back in our deck. We have 2 in the discard pile right now. We can also like blow up Electrode, then Brock's Grit. But let's see, who does he decide to send up? Does he send up the Shaymin or the Mega Scissor? Now we can knock out this Mega. We can't knock out Mega Scissor. That'd be pretty crazy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The max we can do is like 180 next turn. And what does he have? Like, he didn't have a good hand either way. Like, he had Ultra Ball, Sound Lab, and Mega Scissor, so he was in a bad spot regardless. He could Ultra Ball for another attacker, but no, just pass onto our turn. There's a Max Elixir and a Victory Screen coming down, and there we go, guys. There's the Raikou Electrode deck. I mean, game number 1, we got set up. This game, it was going to go our way no matter what. Our opponent was going to hit for, like, it's going to hit for weakness, our resistance, and our ability, so minus 40 every single turn. I mean, he would still 2-shot us because it does 120, then the minus 40 is 80, and then he has to 2-shot us. But I mean, that's still very annoying. All right, and there we go. I mean, we would have 2-shot them, they would have 2-shot us, and we would be trading non-EXs for EX Pokemon. We also could Lysandre up his Shaymin at any moment. We have the Electrode as well to blow ourselves up and get attack off any way we want to. And there we go, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something new about this Raikou Electrode deck. We took down 2 decks I think are going to be so much relevant in Fort Wayne. I know the Xerneas deck, or the Gardevoir deck wasn't the right Gardevoir, but I think it's still a really cool deck, a really cool game to show off because we did get set up fairly quickly. And this game, that Delinquent play was so dirty, and you can see why Delinquent is really good in attack overall. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great Monday. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.